Now, can our visa system cope? Can the country cope if very large numbers were to come? I'm not sure there are going to be large numbers, but you never know. Let's ask Steve Valdez-Symonds, an old friend of the programme, Amnesty International's UK Refugee and Migrant Rights Director. Steve, good evening. Tell me something. Most of these people that are leaving Ukraine don't really want to leave. I mean, they're fleeing war. How many do you think ultimately could come to the United Kingdom?
To be honest, I think you've been wise not to speculate about what that number may be. Quite clearly, large numbers of people have been forced to flee, and we should expect that significant more numbers of people will do so too. We already know that there are, it looks like, hundreds of people trying to reach this country, which of course is a very small number of people compared to the volume of people already in Poland. But nonetheless, we may expect it to grow. The government has given estimates about the number of people who might be able to come on the basis of having family here, whom the government says it will support to be able to join and find safety with their family. We welcome that. So we could be seeing a very large number of people, but we really don't know yet.
No, and we could be seeing a large number of people from Hong Kong, and we could be seeing a very large number of people across the English Channel, and this does give us some real problems. Do you think, in the face of all of this, that the UK's visa system can actually cope? Because I'm struck, there are huge backlogs already in the system.
Well, I think we have to start with the bigger problem. The UK visa system is designed specifically not to cope. It isn't there to provide routes for people to find safety. There are no visas for that, which is why people who do need safety in this country make the sort of dangerous journeys that you've referred to. And goodness knows, if things carry on as they are, we may see Ukrainians on those boats in the Channel. This is part of the problem. If we design our system to simply say no to sharing responsibility for refugees, then we see smugglers and others making large sums of money, people on dangerous journeys, and all sorts of chaos that the country then receives with large numbers of people arriving by routes that aren't managed.
I would be surprised. I would be very surprised if we saw undocumented Ukrainians arriving. I think you'll find that they will try and do this properly and try and do this legally, and there'll be a scheme there for them if the scheme can actually cope. Let's put this another way, Steve. Is there any upper limit on the numbers that we can accept, given that we have a housing crisis, given that we've got to find school accommodation? Is there any upper limit, or is this one of those situations, I'm talking particularly about Ukraine, is this one of those situations where we have to say anyone that wants to come can come?
This is one of those situations where we ought to be focusing on where's our biggest capacity. The government this time is right, if they see it through, that families are a huge source of potential support because, of course, in many circumstances, they can play host to and support the family that joined them. We haven't done that in respect of crises in the past, and we should have. The second thing, of course, is that we must share responsibility. If we do that, then yes, the international community can cope. What goes wrong is when countries turn around and won't share responsibility with each other. Some countries get left with responsibilities they can't manage, and more people end up on chaotic journeys, desperately hoping to find somewhere safe elsewhere.
Thank you very much indeed, Steve Valdez-Symonds.